Alright, this is a 2013 Taurus SHO. It's got the Sony sound system. Here, let me turn this down. It's got the Sony sound system. So, you know, all the factory amplifier stuff. With all the climate controls built into the radio, heated seats built into the radio, all that good stuff. So this is the new Kenwood Excelon with the Maestro adapter, and it allows the aftermarket radio to control all of the factory components. I'm going to show you how that works. So basically we have this right here. You got your Spotify and, you know, audio setup, vehicle info, gauges, climate control. So we'll go into climate. All right, so there's the climate control. If you go into the settings, so you can see I got the AC seats, the heated seats, the steering wheel right there. If you go into settings on here, that allows you to turn all that stuff on and off. Your cooled seats, heated steering wheel. If you had rear zone, like on some minivans or whatever, big, maybe the Explorer SUVs, they might have rear zone heating, so you can control that through the radio as well. Let's see, I'm gonna go back here, go back again. I'm gonna go into the settings. You go into AV. Now this is more of the OEM setup. We got OEM. You got your vehicle features. So vehicle features like your ambient lighting. So like right now I got my ambient lighting set to red. So let's click on that, and we can change it to blue. We can change it to green. You know, basically all the same factory stuff. I keep it set on red. Anybody that knows my car. You can also dim it down if it's too bright. And then there's other colors in here, blue, purple. You can edit your door keypad code, and you can do this on the factory radio as well. But what you need to know is your factory code. So you go and you enter your factory code using those numbers there. If you don't know the factory code, if you look up the right above the parking brake foot pedal, that's where your keyless entry module is, and the factory code should be on a sticker right there, so you can get your factory code. And then you can enter in a 5-digit code of your choice. I have mine all set already. So let's see. Go back into here. Your factory camera, you can turn the guidelines on and off. Then you got your visual parking aid, where, you know, if you're backing out of your driveway and a vehicle's approaching, you know, the screen will flash at you, let you know that the vehicle is approaching. And then you got your guidelines. You can turn those on and off. Let's see. So we'll get out of there. That's all the factory stuff. Let's see. Then I have it set up with you got gauges, factory gauges, and tire pressure monitor. So if I press the sound button, right, my TPMS, I have aftermarket wheels, and I didn't get the TPMS sensors, so my TPMS is always faulting. But you got, you know, your check engine. Then it also gives you battery voltage. You can go in here and you can set this for your TPMS alert. I have that turned off. Check engine alert. If the check engine light goes on, it's gonna come. The screen's gonna come right up on the radio and let you know. Then you can scan it. You can set your TPMS units to PSI or KPA. Your door alert. So if your door alert is on, open up a door. Actually, let's go back to the screen here. So if I open up a door, there you go, it shows you which door is open. And then let's see, special AV, we already did that, right? That's, yeah, Yeah, that's the OEM setup. Then we also have our, oh yeah, we are on gauges. So if I have it set up so if I press the sound button once, it's going to bring me to vehicle info. And if I hold the sound button down, now it's going to bring me to these gauges, RPM, intake temperature, fuel. That's on 1. If I go on 2, it gives us some performance monitors, 0 to 60, quarter-mile time. I haven't played with that at all. Braking, I guess it took me 88.8 feet to brake from 10 miles an hour going through a parking lot. So we got that. Now we can go into the climate, where I already showed you climate controls. Audio controls, your speaker and crossover. You can set up crossover points for your front speakers. So front speakers, full-size car. I have 6.5-inch separates in here, factory locations. And rear speakers, I did the 6x9s in the rear shelf. I also have 5x7s in the rear doors. Those are run off of head unit power. Everything else is run off amplifiers. The 12-inch subwoofers, I got the crossover set for that too. Then this also has like a position. I just have it set to front. Nobody's ever in the back seat. EQ and your subwoofer level. You can set this to whatever you want. It also has presets, you know, like the jazz and rock and all that good stuff. Volume offset. So like if your Bluetooth, like my Bluetooth is always quieter, so I have the Bluetooth bumped up a couple notches. But you can fine tune your volumes depending on what source you're using. Your sound effects, your bass boost, and and all, basically all that fake stuff. Space enhancer, that's kind of like an echo, I guess, a little bit. And audio memory, yeah. So I'm not going to bring that up. And then for the D-pad here on the steering wheel, let's see, you can still scan through this. AM, FM, Sirius. There is no CD player because this is a shallow mount radio. There's not enough space to put a CD player in. But you get your USB. The radio comes with a new USB. The Maestro comes with a new kit to put it in the center console. Your Bluetooth, auxiliary input. That's auxiliary inputs too on that unit. Depending on which radio you have, you might have more than one auxiliary video inputs and stuff like that. Your iPod, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then it goes back to AM FM. The seek and telephone buttons, they all work the same. I have the volume set up, so the volume up will give you the volume up, volume down gives you volume down, but if I hold the volume down button, it just goes right to mute. So that's pretty convenient if you're going into a drive-through or whatever. That's just set up with your preferences on the Maestro website. But it's all pretty easy, straightforward. I'm not a computer genius at all. I was able to figure out the programming through Maestro. It was fairly easy. But that's about it. And it controls everything that the factory unit controlled. But like in my case, with the sound quality, running it through preamp output, the sound quality is just so much better. I removed the factory amp completely, and now I'm running on just the preamp outputs on this radio, going to the aftermarket amplifiers.